Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And yes, you read that title correctly. Not only are we getting Japanese light cruisers, which we knew about in advance, but also we are getting the Soviet super battleship Admiral Ushakov along with a Japanese super carrier as well. Talk about pulling out a couple of last minute surprises for this. I believe they announced this on the community live stream a night of me recording ago. But anyway, yes, we have quite a lot to get through today. These are DevBlog articles. If you wish to follow along as I read aloud, link to them will be in the description down below. We have a couple to get through today. Any relevant images or artwork will be thrown up on screen as I go through them. I did include, I believe, images of all of these ships, screenshots from their ocean port. But anyway, yes, we're going to go ahead, read through it. I'm going to give my 2 cents after each section, and we'll go on until we get through these dev blogs. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the first one. We're going in order of release. New ships closed testing 11.8. Researchable Japanese cruisers Agano, Gokase, Omano, Shimanto, Takahashi, and Yodo, as well as premium cruisers Tokachi and Admiral Schroder, Japanese supercarrier Sekiryu, and Soviet super battleship Admiral Ushakov have been added to the game for testing. In the upcoming closed testing session, a new branch of Japanese light cruisers will be added to the game. They are medium-range ships with a good firing range, and starting from Tier 8, a large number of main battery guns with an increased reload time. These ships are also armed with torpedoes with high damage and range, and they also enjoy good ship concealment, which allows them to retreat from bad engagements or, if necessary, stealthily approach enemies to get their first shots off. The Tier 5 and Tier 6 ships have 152mm main battery guns. Tier 7 ships are equipped with 155mm guns. The high-tier cruisers are armed with dual-purpose 150mm guns. Main battery guns of these ships fire HE and AP shells. Starting from Tier 8, AP shells have low damage. All cruisers are equipped with powerful 610mm torps with wide launch angles and long range, but low speed. The torpedo tubes at Tier 7 and up have the turning mechanics previously introduced on the new British battleships. Torpedoes can be fired at angles that torpedo tubes cannot physically traverse to. Immediately after launch, the torpedoes will turn to the chosen direction and then go in a straight line along the given course. Starting from Tier 6, the Hydroacoustic Search, or DFAA, fire consumables are available to choose from, and Fighter is available in a separate slot. For the Tier 9 and 10, the Repair Party consumable is available. So, finally, the Japanese light cruisers. And I'm pretty sure that besides, I think the Agano, all of these are paper ships, as Japan didn't really have very many light cruisers during the war. It may not even be the Agano, but I think that's the name I've heard thrown around when real Japanese light cruisers are mentioned. I could be wrong. It could be none of them. Editing me will throw up a correction here on screen if he remembers to do so, which he should, because he's listening to me, right? Editing me. But anyway, so they do include some screenshots here. So here's the Agano. They mention a small, fast, new generation light cruiser with powerful torps and moderate protection, designed to lead destroyers and submarine flotillas. Then we got the Gokase, the Tier 6. Development of the Agano class cruisers with enhanced gunnery, a more powerful propulsion system, and increased speed. Then we have the Omano, which is the Tier 7. A cruiser armed with 12 long-range 155mm main guns with an extended reload time. The ship's anti-air systems have been strengthened by the use of effective 100mm dual-purpose mounts. Okay. Then the Shimanto, the Tier 8. This is where they start to look a little wonky and a little top-heavy here. Oh my god, look at the rangefinder on the top of the number 3 and number 4 turret. A large cruiser with powerful artillery armament, which is based on 15 dual-purpose 150mm main battery guns. The low damage of their AP shells and their long reload speed are offset by a large number of main battery guns. Talk about that, just looks absolutely goofy. I think this is where we start to get a little bit Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought-y in these designs. Alright, and then the Takahashi, the Tier 9. Light Cruiser, which is development of the previous project, but with enhanced anti-aircraft and torpedo armament. And, I mean, yeah, it really looks like they kind of just copy and pasted the Tier 8 to the Tier 9, like, literally the same. Alright, and the Yodo, the Tier 10, a large light cruiser with a neat composition of main battery artillery, 18 dual-purpose 150mm guns located in 6 turrets. Good lord. These things are going to get their turrets knocked out left, right, and center, I'm pretty sure. I mean, shoot. Okay, they look interesting, though. I mean, we all knew this. If they were going to do the Japanese light cruiser line, they were definitely going to have to bring in some paper designs because, again, there weren't very many that actually existed in real life. So, okay, cool. I'm glad we're finally getting the split. They do include the ship stats, and we will go over that here in a moment once you get through the rest of the dev blog. But first, Japanese cruiser Tokachi, the Tier 7. A project to refit the Furitaka class cruiser by giving it rapid-fire 127mm dual-purpose artillery with a high muzzle velocity placed in 6 twin-gun turrets. The ship has a rather modest main battery gun caliber. However, in combat, the ship can rely on powerful long-range 610mm torps. The damage is less than that of researchable cruiser Omano. However, this is compensated by a higher travel speed and a shorter reload time. Torpedo reload booster is also available as a consumable of the Tokachi. All Japanese light cruisers from the first Tenryu class of 1919 to the last of the Oyodo class of 1943 were named after rivers. The only exceptions were the 3 Katori class ships, but they were designed as training ships and were named after the Shinto shrines. Agano was named after the river of the same name on the islands of Honshu, which flows into the Sea of Japan. We scrupulously followed the same historical rule in the name of all of our other new ships. Kokasi, a river on the island of Kyushu in southern Japan. Omano in the north of Honshu. Shimanto, the longest river on the island of Shikoku. Takahashi, a Honshu river flowing in the inner sea. Yodo is a river known for its floods in a densely populated area of the same island. And finally, Tokachi is the third longest river in Hokkaido. Okay, cool. So, again, it does sound like Agano is the... I believe... Hold on, let me just Google this real quick. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, Agano is the real one. Her and her 3 sisters. Alright, cool. Alright, so on to something that's very interesting indeed, wargaming. The German cruiser Admiral Schroder, Tier 9. Boy, don't this ship look a little familiar? The project of this ship is based on an idea from the late 1920s regarding the creation of a high-speed battlecruiser armed with 305mm guns and relatively weak armor. The ship is well suited for combat at medium distances due to its decent survivability, not bad for a cruiser armor, as well as the large caliber of its main battery guns and high firing accuracy. In the event of a close encounter with the enemy, powerful and accurate secondary guns with a long range come into play. And the proprietary German hydroacoustic search is useful against torpedo attacks. The cruiser has good concealment and is able to quickly change flank and take the desired position thanks to an engine boost with improved characteristics. The First World War ended in defeat for Germany, but its armed forces did not consider themselves defeated in the battlefield. This was especially true of the Navy, which held its own in the battle with the British at Jutland in 1916 and scuttled its own ships at Scapa Flow in 1919. The new German ships of the early 1930s were named after the most famous admirals of the Kaiserliche Marine of the First World War, Admiral Scheer and Admiral Graf Spee of the Deutschland class, followed by the heavy cruiser Admiral Hipper. Most likely, the German Navy would have continued these traditions, and the legendary line of Flanders, Admiral Ludwig von Schroder, commander of the famous Marinekorps Flandern, oh my god, let me try this again. Marinekorps Flandern in 1914 to 1918 can be considered a worthy candidate for the name of the new heavy cruiser. Alright, so I haven't looked at the stats of this ship just yet. It looks very O-class, very Siegfried-ish. I mean, is this a 6-gun? I think that's the 4th turret in the back. Again, we'll look at the stats here in a moment. So, man, And she's got what looks like a triple mounted, probably 150 secondary, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 128 turret. So 10 128s per side, so 20 21 28s per side with a triple, maybe 150 up here in the front. So pretty good secondary package on a cruiser. But I mean, like, we already have an excellent Tier 9 German secondary cruiser in the Siegfried. If you'd give it her secondaries back. If you're wondering, I am still quite sore about that. But, okay, cool. More brawling ships, and this one looks even better at secondaries than the Siegfried. But again, we'll see here in the stats. And then the Sekiryu. Oh, super aircraft carrier. Another one. Japanese supercarrier Sekiryu is a further development of the Taiho class in terms of size, hangar capacity, and the strength of its anti-air systems. It significantly exceeds its prototype. The project continues the tech tree branch after the Hakuru, having received a boost in the form of tactical jet squadrons. Their main feature is their high maximum speed, which allows them to quickly cover considerable distances and make swift raids on enemy ships. The standard Sekiryu squadrons are composed of attack aircraft, torpedo bombers, and bombers armed with armor-piercing bombs. How Japanese of you. Tactical squadrons consist of powerful torpedo bombers and attack aircraft with high explosive fragmentation rockets. The aircraft carries a good deck armor. Reflecting their belonging not only to the sea but also to the air, the aircraft carriers of the Imperial Japanese Navy were originally named after various flying creatures. The first Japanese aircraft carrier Hosho, Soaring Phoenix, laid the foundation for the names in honor of this mythological bird. Zuho and Shoho, Lucky and Happy Phoenixes. Taiho, Great Phoenix. Further, the famous cranes Shokaku and Zukaku, Happy and Soaring. Of course, the well-known dragon Soryu, Blue Hiryu, simply flying, and Unyu, which literally translates as dragon flying through the cloud. Dragon flying through the sky, riding a cloud. In 1943, this naming system was changed, and the next 5 Unryu-class aircraft carriers were named after mountains previously reserved for heavy cruisers. Following in line with tradition, we turn to Japanese mythology, where the red dragon Sekiryu was discovered, born from the sun in a volcano. Sounds like what is the Radon from Godzilla, and therefore capable of breathing fire. The red color is very popular in Japan. It is considered to scare away the forces of evil and represents justice. So another Super C, this time Japanese with its own jets. So yeah, we'll see how that comes out. And finally down here at the bottom, Soviet super battleship Admiral Ushakov, which at first glance is a Kremlin. It's literally a Kremlin. At least from what we can tell by this screenshot. Of course, we don't have any to reference its size by, but it's a Kremlin. All right. A large ship with a total displacement of over 100,000 tons, one of the variants of a post-war battleship, Project 24, with 9 457mm guns making up its main battery, so Kremlin. It follows Kremlin in the tech tree, having received the main features of its predecessor, a large stock of HP and powerful armor, which affects its maneuverability. The ship has good accuracy at close range and a large number of secondary guns, and after the main artillery is successfully zeroed in, combat instructions are activated. An alternative firing mode that provides a temporary boost in battle. When combat instructions are activated, the Admiral Ushakov receives a 10% bonus to main battery range and a 30% reduction to the maximum dispersion of main battery shells, which increases the ship's effectiveness at long distances. For almost 2 centuries, the symbolic list of the Russian Empire's most revered naval commanders has been headed by Fyodor Ushakov and Pavel Nakhimov. At the end of the 19th century, the battleship Admiral Ushakov and the cruiser Admiral Nakhimov were named after them. The Russian Revolution of 1917 left its mark on the tradition of naming new ships in honor of naval commanders, but it returned thanks to another admiral who commanded the Soviet Navy in World War II, Nikolai Kuznetsov. In the early 1950s, 2 Sverdlov-class cruisers received the names Admiral Ushakov and Admiral Nakhimov. If much more powerful ships had been developed by the Soviet Union, such as the Project 24 battleships, one of them could well have carried the name of Ushakov on board. Now, I am looking at the image of this Ushakov in the dev blog, and it do look like that is a Smolensk turret on the side of the Ushakov. I think I see another one further back. So it looks like you might have a Smolensk bolted to a Kremlin here, which would make an interesting combination. So let's go ahead and check out some of these ship parameters, shall we? We won't go through every single detail. If you do want to see that, follow the link in the description down below to get to this article and check this out. Alright, so let's look at some of the Japanese heavy cruisers light cruisers starting from tier 8. So the Shimanto, the tier 8, she has 44,500 hit points, 5x3150s, 18.7 kilometer firing range. That's actually pretty darn nice. The HE Alpha is 2,500, and they have an 11% chance of causing a fire per gun. And let's see, the reload time is 14 seconds base. Okay. The Takahashi, the tier 9, she has 49,500 maximum hit points. Again, 5x3150s, 18.7 kilometer firing range. You do get the cruiser burn time, by the way. Same maximum HE shell damage of 2,500. The AP shell damage is 2,850. Oh, and the HE and the AP, both on the Takahashi and the Shimanto, come out at 930 meters a second, which is pretty nice. Again, another 14-second reload time here. Huh. Looks like the tier 8 and the tier 9 is literally the same ship, except the tier 9 has roughly 5,000 more hit points. I do believe the torpedoes are better on the tier 9, correct? So let's see. On the tier 8, the torpedoes do 23,767 damage. On the tier 9, 20,767. Oh, but the tier 9 gets one more torp per launcher, so the tier 9 has 4x4. The tier 8 has 4x3. Okay. The Yodo at tier 10, 55,300 hit points. More hit points than the Zhao. Oh, may Zhao players' hearts rest still. So 6x3150s, firing range of 18 kilometers, shorter than the tier 9, but you do get more guns. Same with the HE and AP, 2,500 maximum HE damage, 2,800 and 850 for the AP, 930 meters a second for both shells. Again, torpedoes, again, 4x4, 610s, 23,767 maximum damage. 15 kilometer range, though, on the tier 10. On the tier 9, they have a 15 kilometer range, and on the tier 8, a 15 kilometer range, too. So some very long range torpedoes here with these Japanese cruisers. Okay. So the Admiral Schroder, the tier 9, so she has 59,300 hit points and 27mm hull plating, so she has a 27mm bow, and she gets the 60-second fire duration. So yeah, she does get 4x2 the 305, so she does have 2 turrets in the front, 2 turrets in the back, at least 305mm guns, with an 18.4 kilometer range, maximum HE shell damage of 3,400, maximum AP shell damage of 8,300. The HE can pin 76mm of armor, 22% chance of causing a fire on the target. It's just an 18-second reload time. That's actually not bad. With the build, you can get that pretty low. Where are secondaries? 3x3 of the 150mm gun, so she has 3 turrets. 3 triple turrets with the 150s. Okay, that's interesting. And those have a maximum range of 8 kilometers. Well, a base range of 8 kilometers. You can get them out a little bit further if you build into it. And she does have 20 of the 128mm guns. Ooh, with an 8 kilometer range. Okay, so some good secondary memeage can be had here. Oh, what's the Sigma on it? I didn't even think about that. Ooh, she has 2.05 Sigma and a maximum dispersion of 202 meters at 18 kilometers. So, yeah, if you build into the main battery guns, they should be pretty accurate. Huh. Okay, I might be starting to like this thing. 32.5 knot top speed. Russia time of 13.6 seconds. And damage con, hydro, standard German hydro. Engine boost, and a repair party. Alright. So the Sekiryu, you can come read about that. There's a lot to go over here, and it's CV stuff. So, lots of stuff to read there for the Sekiryu if you want to read that. But the Ushakov. Alright, 135,300 hit points, 32 millimeters of plating, 3x3, 457s, firing range 21.3 kilometers, maximum HE shell damage 6,500, maximum AP shell damage 14,500, AP comes out the tubes at 800 meters a second, so does the HE. 33-second reload time, though. That's the same as the Kremlin. 180 degree turn time, 30 seconds flat. Maximum dispersion 286. Sigma 1.8. That's literally Kremlin. But see, the combat instructions are where it's going to come into play here big time with the Ushakov. So you get a 30% boost to your maximum dispersion and a 10% boost to your firing range. It lasts for 25 seconds. So you get one laser accurate salvo with the Ushakov, and that's it. Huh. Okay, secondaries. 8x4. 8x4. Oh man, so she has 8? Oh man, you literally have a small lens bolted to the side of your ship. Holy crap. 8x4, the 130mm guns with a base range of 7.3 kilometers. Huh. They went and they made a secondary Kremlin, and they made it their super ship for the Soviet battleship line. That is so weird. Because normally the super ships are supposed to be like a further development of the tech line. So technically the Soviet super battleship should just be an ungodly tanky Kremlin. But I guess they couldn't make a tankier Kremlin without it being beyond busted. So they bolted those small nits to either side of your Kremlin. Huh. I am curious now. Wow. Okay, what's the reload time? They don't give the reload time for the secondary guns. Okay. Wow, and she even has the fast damage con and the repair party. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Ushakov might actually be fun with a Smolensk bolted to either side of your battleship. Okay. So those are the new ships that are coming out for Super Test, and it looks like they're shooting for 11.8 for this update, which will be, I think, the late fall update. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. But anyway, another devblog came out. It's the 7th anniversary for World of Warships. So let's go ahead and see what they have planned for this. Alright, anniversary. In honor of the 7th anniversary of World of Warships, players can expect to complete a new collection called 7 Seas. Collectibles can only be obtained from the 7 Seas containers, which are themselves available for completing special chains of combat missions, as well as in free daily bundles in the armory. Opening all these containers will be enough to guarantee the full completion of the collection. Alright. The collection consists of 4 sections with 4 items each. The reward for completing each section is 1 day of premium time. The reward for completing the entire collection is 3 Distant Voyages containers, a commemorative flag, and an achievement. So again, the Distant Voyages containers are pretty useless because they just give you the camos, which are literally just cosmetics now. So, yeah. Also, in honor of the holiday, we've added the following to the game. The 7 Seas permanent camos for Mahan, Eindracht, and Sinop. Commanders, Master of the 7 Seas, and Mistress of the 7 Seas. Okay, so there's the camo. That actually looks pretty nice. I like that color combination very much so. Here's the commanders and the flag. Alright, festive rewards in honor of the 7th anniversary of World Warships. Gifts await players in the form of battle performance bonuses for achieving certain combat results on all their ships, starting from Tier 5. But this time, we're introducing an important improvement to this feature, the ability to receive several gifts at once in one battle. If a player has 100 or more ships, they will be able to receive the standard gift for either winning a battle or reaching the 300 base XP milestone with a certain ship, as well as a variable number of additional rewards for reaching higher base XP thresholds. The number of bonus gifts a player gets at the end of a battle depends on how many ships they have in their port and the amount of experience earned. For example, a player with more than 300 ships in the port will be able to earn 4 gifts in one battle, 1 for going into battle on a ship, and 3 gifts for performance in a battle. As in previous iterations of the mechanic, you cannot receive the same rewards for the same ship more than once. So this is like the Snowflake event where you take, a ship in the battle and it's like your daily bonus mission basically for that ship. And once you play that ship, you get the reward for it, and then you can't get it again after that. All right. For example, after achieving 1200 base XP or higher in one battle while you have 500 plus ships in port, you will be able to select 5 additional stars to clear off of other ships of your choosing and receive those rewards. Below is a table with the conditions for receiving additional gifts. I'll throw that up here right now. Depending on the tier of the ship, you will receive various rewards, including new containers with economic bonuses. For tier 5 to 7 ships, 1 special bonus container. For tier 8 to 9 ships, 1 special bonus container and 1 rare bonus container. For tier 10 and super ships, 1 super container. Alright. Battleship. One of the new activities in 11.8 will be the Battleship Minigame available in the Army. To participate, a player will need a special resource, entry tickets, which can be obtained by completing special combat missions until the end of update 11.8. In this minigame, you will play against an AI. Players will receive event tokens for sinking ships and for winning. These, in turn, can be exchanged at the Army for permanent camos, permanent economic bonus packages for specific ships, economic bonuses, containers with signals and resources, and credits. Alright, so you get to play a fun little Battleship minigame-esque minigame here, and you can get some permanent economic bonuses out of it. So that's pretty cool. I don't know about the entry ticket thing, though, because you're playing against an AI. So it's not like, you know, you're having to go into a game mode with other players. You're literally just playing against a bot. So I don't know why you need entry tickets, but whatever, wargaming. Oh, it's because, of course, they wanted to play the game, you know. Updated operations. In update 11.8, we have updated all operations in our game so that players can participate in operations on more of their favorite ships and earn valuable rewards for it. Now, tier 6 to 8 ships will be able to go into battle together at the same time, and the final composition of the team going in will affect the strength of the bots and post-match earnings. In addition, the fee for re-entering battle on the same ship will be removed, so there's no more dumb 30-minute cooldown time after you take a ship into an operation. The economics of operations will also change. Previously, after completing an operation, a player earned a variable number of stars based on performance, the rewards of which could only be received once. Now the stars will be removed entirely, and all rewards can instead be earned by completing special daily and weekly combat missions specifically designed for operations, which will give community tokens as a reward. Together with the update of the mode itself, 3 operations will return in update 11.8, the Ultimate Frontier, Hermes, and Cherry Blossoms. That's a nighttime operation. Cool. In update 11.8, there will no longer be an operation of the week. When playing a matchmaker select a team, the operation scenario itself will randomly select it. It will, however, still be possible to independently choose which scenario you play when entering as part of a division. Okay, so cool. Operations coming back. They've reworked them. We're getting back to nighttime battles and cherry blossoms at night, so that is very cool. I am very happy that they're doing this. This has been something that's been needing to get done for forever now, and you can take tier 6 to 8 ships in these operations now too. So cool. I like it. I like it. Oh, reload mechanics changes. Reloading rework. Hello. Okay, let's see. The reloading mechanics when switching shell types have changed. Now, when switching shell types while the gunfeeder commander skill is active, the loading of the new shell type will be accelerated even if not all main battery guns have finished loading, as the skill required previously. Thank you, God, so many times. I'm sure you guys have done this too. But so many times I've like queued up AP when I have HE loaded, and I've accidentally hit 2 again. So, you know, before the shells have started to have finished reloading, so I missed my gun feeder bonus. And now that they've done away with that, I am so glad. That's going to save me some grief. Okay, now shells have a new parameter, shell change time. If the current reload time of the gun is higher than this parameter, the shell type switch won't affect the gun's reloading time. If the current reload time is less than the shell change time, then when switching shell types, the reload will become equal to the shell change time. The gun feeder skill bonus to projectile change time has itself been changed from negative 50% to negative 40%. The shell change time will be displayed in the ship parameters. For example, let's take a gun with a base reload time of 30 seconds with a gun feeder skill. The shell change time is 18 seconds. If the gun has 20 seconds left to reload, then when switching shell type, the reload time will still be 20 seconds. If the gun has 5 seconds left, then switching shell type, reloading will take 18 seconds. The mechanic is applied to each turret separately. In addition, all researchable Italian battleships will receive a built-in 30% bonus to the shell type switch time, which will work even without using the gun feeder skill. When using the skill, the bonus will additionally increase. Why the Italian battleships, though? Is it because of the SAP or because of the large number of guns, or the smaller caliber of guns? That's, Maybe they're trying to make that the Italian lines thing. We'll see about it in the future. The frequent alteration between both available shell types is an important part of Italian battleship gameplay. An additional bonus will emphasize this feature and additionally increase the effectiveness of the gun feeder skill in comparison with the battleships of other nations. Okay, there we go. I answered my own question one sentence later. Okay, so I kind of like it. You know, it makes sense that switching shell types. Well, actually, technically, it should take longer because you got to take the shell out of the gun, and then you got to reload the new shell into the gun, so you got to do twice the work to put in one different type of shell. But I think it'll encourage battleships maybe to be switched a bit more between HE and AP, because battleship players normally just keep AP loaded because it takes a year and a half to load battleship guns, even if like a DD pops up. Most battleship players will only keep HE loaded if there's nothing but DDs left in the match, so maybe we will see some more gameplay variety there. But overall, I mean, it just seems to be a better change for you as a player, so I'm very much okay with it. Brawl and update 11.8 for Brawls will be taking place on the following formats. First Brawl, September 9th through 12th, 3v3 on Tier 8 aircraft carriers. Did I read that right? 3v3 on Tier 8 aircraft. Okay, Graf Zeppelin. Let's go. My favorite battleship. Second Brawl, September 12th through 19th, 12v12 on Tier 8 battleships. Third Brawl, September 19th through 26th, 12v12 on Tier 8 cruisers. Fourth Brawl, September 26th through October 3rd, 12v12 on Tier 8 destroyers. Wow, talk about some memeage in that fourth and first Brawl. Alright, Ouija, whatever you're smoking for these Brawls, especially for the first and fourth Brawl, I'm on it. Love it. Some good goofy modes here. Editing and editing content. Added to the game. Oh, okay, Ouija. Sea Lord, permanent camouflage for Anhalt. Alright. Cool. Commander, Unsinkable Sam for German and British ships. Commemorative flags for Tokachi and Admiral Schroder. Here's the Sea Lord camo. I think I've got my own camo in game now, guys. Look at that. And yeah, I like the color combination. I think it looks very nice. Again, I don't really like these kind of gaudy camos, but the color combination on the Anhalt here is pretty nice, not gonna lie. And the mermaid figurehead is also a nice touch there. And then Unsinkable Sam, new best commander, no questions about it. And some commemorative flags. Alright. New containers with economic bonuses have been added to the game. Okay, and I'll throw up an image here of this chart of what they include. Oh my god. Okay, so they added in some other things here. New ships are being added to the super container or Steam super container list. I'll throw that up here. New ships have been added to the premium tier 6 container. New ships have been added to the premium tier 7 container. New ships have been added to the premium tier 8 container. Alright guys, that's it. I know this is probably, oh wow, this is a much longer video than normal. We had a lot to go over in these two dev blogs here. Again, I'm really excited for the Japanese cruiser line split. It's been a long time coming. I'm glad they're finally coming out. The Schroder was a nice surprise, and so was the Ushakov. I can't wait to see what those ships look like and play like in game. I'm kind of more interested in the Schroder than the Ushakov, but we'll see. It might be the far descendant of the secondary built Siegfried. And yes, lots of interesting stuff coming for the 7th anniversary update. So we'll keep our eyes peeled for that, and I'll keep you guys updated with these events as well. Let me know what you guys think about these in the comments down below. Hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. We'll be live streaming tonight right here on the channel and on Twitch from around 5 p.m. U.S. Central to around 8 or 9 p.m. U.S. Central tonight as well. So come out for that. Hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're already at 40,000 subscribers, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Again, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Hope to catch you guys on stream tonight and in the next one.